come up and say a few words. Let's give it up.
Hi, I'm Jessica. Alright, I have known Michelle since 6th grade. If you do the math, that's 17 years. Yep, 17 years I've known her. From a Sandburg Spartan to a Glendora Tartan. We've spent almost every weekend together in marching band for 4 years. That practically makes you into a family, which is what I consider Michelle to be. She is always one of the first that I call to tell her any life-changing events. She was my confidant in high school. For example, when I started liking my now husband. Now when I was asked to share some memories about our past, I decided to look through my senior yearbook. I expected to find something profound, loving from her. I found nothing of the sort. Mainly because she didn't even write in my yearbook. But that's okay. It's all good. Because I knew we would always stay in contact, and we did. And then she went up to college up north.
I first met Michelle during her sophomore year at Berkeley. She was rushing our sorority. We quickly bonded over our shared interest in math and dance. At the end of that semester, I became Michelle's big sis in our sorority. Our friendship grew with sister time, including movie nights, hikes, the SF ballet, getting matching piercings, and planning trips on restaurant table hops. As Michelle earned her teaching credential, our sister time turned into discussing teaching strategies and motivating each other to lesson plan. We also started talking about a boy Michelle met at a New Year's Eve party. I could tell Michelle liked Sudeep a lot based on how she lit up whenever she talked about him. During the summer of 2013, Michelle and I took a road trip. On the first day of our road trip, we stopped in Reno for lunch and ended up at the Circus arcade. I think Michelle spent more than $20 on one game, all to win on the minion. I had to pull her away so that we didn't spend all day there. We ended up leaving without the minion. A week later, at the end of our road trip, we met up with Sudeep and Vegas. And Sudeep had a present for Michelle. He brought her a little minion. Michelle even knew the name of that minion. I don't know what it was. But seeing how happy Michelle was to get that toy made me realize how well Sudeep knew and cared for Michelle. I remember thinking it was the perfect gift and that Sudeep was the perfect person for Michelle. One thing I've learned to love about Michelle is that she always has to be right. With you, Sudeep, she got it right.
Now, I remember meeting Sudeep at a mini high school reunion, friends reunion thing we were having at Chili's. Michelle and Sudeep were supposed to go on a date right after that. And the moment I met Sudeep, I knew something was different about him. Everything just seemed to fit between the two of them and him and the rest of our other friends. It was as if he had gone to school with us and we were just making up for lost time, even though they had just met maybe a month prior and we were just meeting him that night. She seemed to become more of herself with him. And the longer they were together, I could tell they complemented each other so well. Now, back to my senior year. Like I said, I was looking through it and I came across a quote that was so perfect for this exact moment. It said, "Love isn't a decision, it is a feeling. And if we could decide who we love, it would be much simpler, but less magical." And this relationship has every bit of magic to it. By the way, if you were wondering who would put that quote next to the picture, it was Michelle. So, I'm so happy you two found your magic. He would take it upon himself to go out of his way for the benefit of others. Unfortunately, his helpful attitude was not as honed as his ability to manage his things.
All right, guys, we need to nail these moves for next week. We're gonna destroy that competition.
All right, Sudeep, but we need someone to hit play on your laptop there.
Dude, you sure you want to leave it right there, man? There's a car parked right there.
Don't worry, I keep excellent track of my things. I'll just hit play. It's right there.
All right, man.
All right, you ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
It was at this moment a car started to back out. Unfortunately, it ran over the laptop. Even more unfortunately is when it happened to his second laptop later on in his dance career.
My term paper was on there. Come on. Let's give it up for Act 2.
All right, we're about halfway through our program. I would like everyone to give all of our performers a round of applause. Okay, our next performers are Newport and Mamuli, and a special guest appearance by someone else.
Give it up for the girls and the special guests. And now we have Sudeep and Sunit's brother, Sid, who's going to come up and give a speech. Let's give it up for him.
All right, thank you so much. There's so many people here who came such a long way. I want to thank them for coming. My mouses from India. Everybody flew in from the East Coast. It's a really special day for this kid. I'm really, really happy that everybody made it. So thank you so much for coming. Sudeep's the kind of person that doesn't like asking people for help. I don't know if anyone really knows that about him. So he really, really appreciates people coming. So when he says thank you for coming for this weekend, he really means it. It actually means a lot to him. So he's not just just superficially saying that. So I want to make sure everybody knows that that actually means a lot to him this weekend. Another thing Sudeep kind of doesn't like is a lot of stories about him being a little kid, and we are full of them. There's so many stories about him eating a bug in the backyard, going to the VCR with a banana, pushing it in with a banana and pressing the play button. Little kids ask your parents what a VCR is. Leaving your shoes at people's houses. Dad was full of those stories. Most of those stories aren't even about him. A lot of them mixed up with Sudeep and stuff too. So the most important thing about Sudeep to understand is really those stories are more about us having so many fond memories of Sudeep growing up. And we spent so much time together playing video games, playing baseball, just growing up together. We never really fought. We had such a great relationship, and really over the years we've gotten stronger, and it's gotten deeper, and it's gotten better. And I can't believe he's 30 years old. I can't believe he's getting married right now. So I'm really proud of you, Sudeep. You really became a great person. I'm so glad you're back in LA, and just for selfish reasons, just because you can hang out. And Michelle, the more time I get to spend with Michelle, the better. I mean, it's really awesome. Michelle's the kind of person who will go over details and details, and she's always listening, but in a great way, because she's always looking to make people happy around her. You might not even think that she's really listening to you, but all of a sudden she's like, oh, let's go out for paella, because you've never been to paella. You know, that happened. Like, she's always making these special plans, and not only that, like, the people around her are wonderful. It's like, oh, let's drop everything and go to Napa and have a wonderful weekend, and that happened. Just things like that are amazing, and this treat you guys are awesome. So, like, it's just the people around you. You surround yourself with wonderful people, which I guess makes us wonderful people, right? Because we're all here. But I love that about you, because you really put a lot of effort to try to make people happy around you. And you're making my brother happy, and that's really, really important to me. So thank you so much. And that's about it. I wish you guys the best. I love you guys both so much. Congratulations, and that's it.
take a look back into Michelle's past, and you're going to learn about 2 special skills that Michelle has. The many people in this room who know Michelle knows that she is very interesting in her own person. For example, when she was a toddler, Michelle somehow managed to crawl out of her car seat while her mom Gail was driving, which almost gave her a heart attack.
Michelle, where are you?
Another thing about Michelle, this one's better. Another thing about Michelle is that she never knows any song lyrics, even though she's heard a song 100 times. And she sings completely